Hey guys, Josiah here with Aesthetyx Fitness. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about why your shoulders are lagging. Alright, so a lot of lifters, especially natural lifters who have been lifting for a couple of years, have seen their body improving overall, but still get the feeling, especially when comparing themselves to others, that their shoulders are just not where they should be, that they're lagging behind or maybe look a little bit shrimpy, a little bit small, and not the way they want them to. So in today's video, I'm going to go over 2 reasons why that may be and what you can do about it. But before I get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and click that little bell icon. That way, every time I come out with a new video, you guys are getting notified so you're not missing out on any great new content. Also, if you feel like it, hit that like button down below. It really helps me out. Now with that out of the way, let's get started. Alright, so the first reason that you may be feeling your shoulders are a little bit small is actually a very simple one. And that is that you're not using enough weight when doing shoulder exercises. A lot of people kind of get stuck in this rut of using very light weights. I'm talking something like 15 pounds for lateral delt raises and maybe like 30-35 pounds for shoulder press. And this is a great place to start, especially if you're a person who doesn't have very strong shoulders, maybe has smaller joints, because it really helps give your muscles a chance to adapt and your joints to adapt to lifting weights so that you don't injure yourself. Because if you right out the gate are cheating and trying to use really heavy weights that you can't manage, that's really dangerous, especially for your shoulders because it is an omnidirectional joint. So there's a lot of room for it to kind of get messed up in the functionality of that joint. So by using light weights to start out with, that'll help save your shoulders from injury. However, just like any other muscle group, you do have to progressively overload them and increase your weight load over time. So if you're a person who's going to the gym and doing like 10 to 15 sets with 15-pound dumbbells on lateral raises, that's not really going to get you big boulder shoulders simply because your shoulders adapt to that, and at a certain point you move beyond the rep range that is in that muscle building rep range and you're no longer forcing your muscles to grow and adapt to new heavier weights. So if you're one of those people, then next time you go to the gym, try moving up from the 15-pound dumbbells to the 20-pound dumbbells. You'll lose some reps, but you'll gain some strength, and there you can continue to progress from there. Again, always tracking your workouts in order to build strength in your shoulder movements. You should try to make sure that you are working up in weight both on isolation movements, like a side lateral raise or a bent over dumbbell fly, and on motions that are more compound movements like a military press or a seated dumbbell shoulder press. And that brings me to the second reason that you may be experiencing sort of a disappointment in your shoulder development, or that you may be looking at your shoulders and thinking they don't look like they should. And that is if you are a person who got into lifting and who got into sort of caring about your physique because of fitness models or pro bodybuilders or even a lot of like Instagram fitness personalities, chances are you've been mostly comparing yourself to individuals who are using anabolic steroids, not true natural lifters, even if they don't admit it. And a lot of people, especially beginner lifters, will be like, oh no, I know what people on steroids look like. They look like Ronnie Coleman. They're these huge muscle mass monsters like the pro Mr. Olympia guys. But that's a huge dose of anabolic steroids coupled with human growth hormone. So you're gonna see a lot of people who are using like testosterone only or very small doses of anabolic steroids who don't look like they have unreal proportions and they don't look like these huge mass monster type bodybuilders. In fact, most of their body is going to look very proportionate and much like what you would assume a natural lifter could attain, except for one part, and that is their deltoids and trapezius. And the reason for this is there is an extremely high concentration of androgen receptors in both your deltoids and your trapezius, in sort of your whole shoulder girdle region. So this means that if you take a small dose of anabolic steroids, you're going to experience exponentially more growth in your shoulder and trap region than you will in other areas of your body. This is why you're going to see those large, hard, three-dimensional, round deltoids on almost all fitness models and bodybuilders. It's because those muscle groups react very strongly to any kind of hormones or artificial hormone replacement that you put into your body, and they were going to blow up exponentially more than your other muscle groups. And what this has led to is kind of an unrealistic expectation on a lot of men and some women's parts, where they expect that they'll have these kind of capped three-dimensional cannonball deltoids because that's what a lot of the people that they see have. And the truth is that that's kind of an unnatural size and shape for your shoulders to be. When you're a natural lifter, your shoulders aren't going to have that real popping three-dimensional fully round look most of the time. Now, there are some people who do have better shoulder genetics where they're going to have better muscle insertions and a more three-dimensional looking deltoid as a whole. However, they're still not going to attain kind of that tight, capped, three-dimensional cannonball-shaped deltoid look that you'll see a lot of these pro fitness models having. And in case you're wondering, I currently don't have great shoulders. They're a muscle group that I long neglected, long made the mistake of using light weights only on. I am trying to bring them up, and they're better now than they have been in the past. But if you're worried that my shoulders are the best that you can attain, don't worry. I still have room for growth, and so do you. And that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, of course, to hit that like button down below if you found today's video informative or entertaining, and click that subscribe button. That way, every time I come up with a new video, you guys are getting notified and not missing out. And if you feel like it, leave a comment down below. That way, I will know what topics you want me to cover in future videos so that I can help you train smarter and look better.